Hey, what's up, champions? Gediminas here. Hope you guys are doing fantastically well. Welcome to Financial Freedom TV. And today I've got a very big training for you. It's called 32 Habits of Successful People. I'm gonna give you 32 things you can do to get closer to results, to make more money, to achieve higher levels, to become much more productive and successful. So this is gonna be a big live, but I'm gonna be sharing a lot of useful stuff. So you might want to share this with your team, with your people, because I'm gonna go through 32 things you can do from tomorrow to become more successful, to make more money, to build a better, bigger business, and hopefully it's gonna blow your mind. It blew mine when I've learned it. Thank you very much for sharing, Margarita. Hey, Nicola. Hey, Irina. Hi, Irena. Hope you guys are doing fantastically well. So if you're watching a replay of this, please do me a massive favor and stick hashtag replay. And if you're brand new, if you're watching one of these videos for the first time, then do say new in the comments, because I'd love to say hello and welcome you to the tribe. Now, of course, if you learn anything as you're going along through this life, or you get value, feel free to share, because maybe somebody else will get value from it too. So the idea for this training came from when I was listening to Grant Cardone's 10X book. If you haven't read or listened to that book, I highly recommend you get it. Grant Cardone is a super successful business person, entrepreneur, multi-million-dollar person, and he has written a couple of books, but 10X definitely is a great book. So it comes from this book, these 32 habits or traits or characteristics of successful people. Now, before I get into this, I'll be a little bit vulnerable with you and tell you, look, a lot of these 32 things I haven't mastered yet. You know, I'm okay in some of them. I'm pretty good at others. I'm really good at a couple, but hey, you know, nobody's perfect. So as I'm going through these 32 things, hey Sarah, thanks for jumping on. Hey Kelly, hope you girls are doing fantastically well. Hey Regina. As I'm going through these, don't start beating yourself up, going, oh, I'm not good at this one, and oh, I'm really bad at this one, right? It's okay. That means, one, you have the awareness of it, so that means you understand that you're not great at some of them, which is awesome, but also that gives you a way to improve, right? They say the largest room in the world is room for improvement. So my goal for this training for you tonight is to give you stepping stones, to give you ideas on what you can improve, because they say you don't know what you don't know. So if you don't know that successful people do this one thing, then you won't even do it. You know what I mean? So I want to share these 32 habits or practices or traits of successful people with you, so that you now know these things. And if you're great at like half of them, awesome, that's already tick, that's done, right? But the other half, you can start working on it and improving on it. Hope that makes sense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start going through these 32 habits of successful people. So the first habit of successful people is they have a can-do attitude. So successful people, they believe that solution always exists. You see, unsuccessful people, amateurs, as soon as they see a problem, they get paralyzed by it. They give up. They say, oh, it's the end of the world. That's it. I can't, I ordered my products and one box came in wrinkled. That's it. I give up. I can't do this business. You know what I mean? Like, there is a type of people who are just looking for problems. And as soon as they see a problem, they give up. Hey, Vilma, thanks for jumping on. Hey, Anna. Hey, Mabel. Hey, Nessa. Nice to see you guys. Right? So there's a type of people who are not really good at believing that there's a solution. But successful people, they have this can-do attitude, and when you're talking to them, they just go, yeah, no problem, yeah, we'll get it done, yeah, we'll figure it out, don't worry about it, right? They will always go for the solution, and 9 times out of 10 they'll find it, right? Because they have that attitude that it can be done, it can be solved, everything can be accomplished, right? So that's the first trait of successful people. The second trait of successful people, that they believe that I will figure it out. So even if they don't know something, and again, Unsuccessful people, very often when you're having a conversation with them and you ask them something they don't know, they'll just go, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why I'm not getting results. Well, that's not very helpful. You know, there's some people who say that, you have to, tell people, be transparent and tell people that you don't know something, right? But really, that's not helping anybody. You saying to your customer or you saying to your business partner that you are incompetent doesn't really help anybody. Instead, successful people, do they know everything? Of course not. But instead of just saying, I don't know, and throwing the towel, they say, okay, I'll figure it out. Good question. Right now, I need to take a look into that and I'll find out for you. You know what I mean? So as a leader, you don't just go, oh, I don't know. You go, let me find out. Let me figure it out. Let me find out, right? That's the attitude that successful people have, right? So they always look for ways to figure it out, and they do figure it out, right? So that's the second trait. The third trait of successful people is that they focus on the opportunity. Always. 100% of the time, they are looking for an opportunity. Now, I know everybody can look for an opportunity. They can go, oh yeah, let's look for an opportunity. But successful people see opportunity even in problems and in challenges. If they have a problem in their team, maybe the two team members fighting against each other, they wouldn't look at that and go, oh my gosh, why me? Why this is happening to me, right? They wouldn't do that. Instead, they would see an opportunity in that. Opportunity to be a great leader and resolve that conflict. Opportunity to build a better culture within their team where people are not fighting against each other and not stabbing each other's back and things like that. You know what I mean? So a successful person will see opportunity in everything, even in problems and challenges, because the opportunity there is to learn, is to develop, is to get better, right? Because all of those problems, they're basically toughening you up. They're making a thicker skin on you, right? So that you can conquer and do better things and bigger things, right? So it's preparing you for big things, right? Number 4 habit of successful people is that they love challenges. Successful people love challenges. Whereas unsuccessful people, they shy away from challenges. Successful people see challenges as an opportunity to sharpen their abilities, to sharpen their skills, to get better at it, right? That's the point of challenge, right? If somebody, and I'm not just talking about challenges that are happening at random, but even if somebody gives you a challenge, even if your company gives you a challenge or your sponsor gives you a challenge, a successful person will not go there, they won't get paralyzed by the challenge. They will be inspired by the challenge because that's an opportunity for them to sharpen their skills, to practice, to get better, to get tougher, to get more productive, to become braver, or whatever it takes, right? Whereas unsuccessful people will see challenge as a stimulation not to engage, as a stimulation to avoid, as a stimulation to give up. As soon as they see resistance, they go, oh, that's it, that means I need to stop. I need to give up. I need to look for an easier path. I need to look, but nothing is easy. Nothing worthwhile is easy. There are things that are easy, like get a job in McDonald's. That's easy. Wear the hat, say, hey, McDonald's, and you'll make your, whatever they pay, £8 an hour, £10 an hour, right? That's easy. It's not too hard, making hamburgers all day, right? But that's not very worthwhile, if you know what I mean. I'm not knocking on people who have a job at McDonald's, but what I'm saying is, great things usually come with great challenges. If you want to impact loads of people, if you want to build a huge business, if you want to make a lot of money, then usually that's going to come with challenges. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5 is that successful people always seek to solve problems, right? So they have a habit of looking for problems. I'm not just saying, again, with the problems that appear in your business, you as you're going along on your daily basis of doing your business and some problem arises, right? Problem with shipment, or somebody leaves the business, or whatever, delivery doesn't come or something. These are natural problems, right? And goes without saying that as a leader, you as a successful person, you would solve them. But successful people, they look for problems. They look for people with problems and they look how to solve those problems. Hey Monica, hey Junior, hey Gedris, hey Diva, hope you are well. Successful people look for problems because they know there's a niche there, right? Has Microsoft solved a problem? They have. Has Apple solved a problem for a lot of people? They have. Has Weight Watchers solved a problem for a lot of people? They have. So the more people's problems you solve, the more money you get to make, the bigger business you get to build. You get what I'm saying? So successful people deliberately look for where are the challenges, where are people's problems, what is not out there right now that people need. How would my product would solve people's problems? How would my business solve people's problems? You understand what I'm saying? That's all right, Yurgita. That's all right. You're okay. Don't worry about being late. Right? You know what I mean? So successful people seek problems. They don't avoid. Unsuccessful people, they run away from problems. As soon as they hear a problem, they run the opposite direction. Successful people look at problems as opportunities because they know if I get to solve those problems for people, they will pay me money. They will be part of my business. They will want to follow me because they can see I can solve their problems. Make sense? Hope it does. Okay, number 6, successful people persist until successful. Not until they get bored, not until it becomes difficult, not until the newspaper comes in wrinkled, until they are successful. You see, most successful people that I know are more persistent than talented. Unsuccessful people usually look at successful people, somebody in a Ferrari, somebody with a huge business, somebody with massive wealth, and they'll say, must have got unlucky. Or must be really naturally talented. Oh, probably for him or for her, it was easy. Probably everybody they talk to just throws cash at them and their credit cards at them, right? No, they don't. But successful people persist. They don't give up. They don't throw in the towel. You know, one of the things I remember hearing, somebody said, look, wake up one morning at 4 a.m. and go around for a walk in your area. You're going to see some amazing cars that you don't usually see for some reason when you wake up at 10. Why? Because by the time you wake up at 10, those successful people driving those Porsches and Ferraris, etc., they're already chasing their dreams. You know what I mean? So successful people persist massively. You cannot stop them. You cannot prevail them. You cannot paralyze them. They will go through a brick wall to get to their dreams because they're so persistent. They never give up. You just can't make that person to give up. You know what I mean? That's why they're so successful. Habit number 7 is that successful people takes risk. They take risk. Again, they're not scared of taking risk. Most people are too conservative. Most people want to, don't want to stand out from the crowd. God forbid they will upset somebody. God forbid they will be looked as crazy or as not normal. Is that a way to become successful? To be conservative? To be like everybody else? Well, most people are not successful. So if you like everybody else, then you're not successful either. You know what I mean? Think about people who achieved big things in the history. Think about Martin Luther King. Think about Steve Jobs. Think about, many. Oprah Winfrey, Sylvester Stallone. I can go on and on and on and on and on, right? Think about all of these people. Were they conventional? Were they conservative? Did they do everything that they were told? Hell no, right? Oprah Winfrey was told that she's unfit for television. Now she's one of the richest women in the world. Elvis Presley was told to go back to driving the truck because he would never make in the singing industry. The guy sold I don't know how many records. And we could go on and on and on. Sylvester Stallone had to sell his dog because he was so broke, right? But now, look at him now. You know what I mean? So successful people take risk. Take risk of looking stupid. Take risk of being misunderstood. Take risk of, risking your money, your time, your effort for the sake of reaching their dreams, for the sake of reaching their results. Do you take risk? Or are you trying to be safe? Are you trying to be casual? Because if you're trying to be casual, you will become casualty, you know? So don't try to be casual about this. Hey Vilma, hey Mantas, hey Regina, thanks for jumping on, guys. Okay, number 8. Successful people are unreasonable. They are unreasonable. Successful people are not trying to be reasonable. They're not trying to act in accordance of reality, to reality. They're not trying to do that. You see, people who are average, people who are not that successful, they try to make everything real, realistic. Set realistic goals. You know, make sure that it's realistic. But if it's realistic, it's boring. If it's realistic, it sucks. If it's realistic, you're already there. You'd want to be unrealistic. You want to be unreasonable. You know, when you're setting goals, when you're making your vision, when you're making your plan, you want to be outrageous. Because if otherwise, you're just going to be in the same place where you've always been. And that's not where you want to keep being, right? Unless you already made it, unless you're already happy with everything in your life, then just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? But otherwise, I bet you want to change. If you want to change, stop being reasonable. Stop thinking, stop filtering your future through your past. Because that's what a lot of people do. They go, oh, but in the past I didn't do it, so I can't do it in the future. That's like driving a car and only looking at the rear view mirror. You can't drive a car just looking at the rear view mirror. You need to look ahead. Stop looking back. What happened, happened. You know what I mean? You have to stop filtering your future through your past. Okay? Number 9, successful people are dangerous. They want to be dangerous. You can't succeed cautiously. You have to get trained to survive in danger, right? And that danger sometimes is not physical danger that you can die, right? But it's a danger of losing face. It's a danger of losing respect. It's a danger of being different. It's a danger of not, doing things the way your parents wanted you to do, the way that your husband or wife wants you to do, the way that your children say you should do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be dangerous. Sometimes you have to go through that dangerous territory to get to the other side, the side of your dreams. Number 10, habit number 10 is successful people create wealth. Successful people create wealth. They create abundance. They focus on abundance. They know that there is no lack of money in the world. There is no lack of resources in the world. There's no lack of people in the world. But what do unsuccessful people say all the time? When you're speaking to unsuccessful people, oh, there's not enough money. Oh, there's not enough people. Oh, I've ran out. I've got nobody to talk to. That's unsuccessful people. Because they have mentality of a lack. That there's not enough of everything. There's not enough money. So we have to keep it tight. You have to keep it tight because it's not enough of it, right? You can't spend it on a book. You can't spend it on a personal development course. You can't spend it. You have to keep it tight, right? You can't spend 10 pounds on a book. Can't you? Somebody spent their lifetime becoming successful and put all of that knowledge in a book and charge you 10 pounds for it. Is it a worthwhile investment? That's like free Costa lattes, you know? But unsuccessful people would rather buy Coca-Cola. They'd rather buy takeaways. They'd rather buy whatever, pizza, but not a book. Book is a waste of money. You have to save money. You can't be spending money on books and courses, can you? Successful people, they create wealth. They don't believe that you have to work for somebody else for 40, 60, 80 hours a week for the rest of your life to retire on 40% of something that wasn't enough in the first place to survive. No, they don't believe in that. They believe in creating abundance and wealth, creating income that is 10 times what they're making, 100 times what they're making, far beyond of what they actually need to survive on, because they have a bigger picture in their mind, impacting people, building charities, building foundations, supporting generations after them. That's their vision, the wealth. You know what I mean? Number 11, successful people readily take action. Readily take action. And they take unbelievable amounts of action. If you ever thought that a successful person just chills out, sits by the swimming pool, drinking cocktails all day long, never works, that's the biggest misconception. It's a story that you've been sold by the media, and it's not real. Most successful people, most people who are wealthy, who are rich, who build huge businesses, they work more than an average person in a job. But the work is different. They don't clock in, clock out. You know what I mean? They don't count the hours. They're not sitting there watching at the clock all day. The time flies for them because they're busy building their dream, because they're busy building their passion, because they're doing things that make it the taste sweet in their mouth. You know what I mean? For them, it's not like if you ask a successful person, well, how many hours do you work? They won't understand the question. They'll say, what? I don't understand. Say that again. Well, how many hours per week do you work? They don't understand the question. Because for them, it's lifestyle. It's not a job. Building their baby, building their dream, it's not that job for them. It's their passion, it's their dream. You know what I mean? So that's why they take action all the time. Action, 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 action. Every single day. Amazing amount of action. And if you want to become successful, if you have a big goal, a big dream, I can give you a secret tip. It will, the amount of work you think it's going to take, the amount of effort you think it's going to take, multiply that by 10. So if right now you have a goal to earn a certain amount of money, to reach a certain level, to build a team of certain size, and you probably have an idea of how much work it's going to take to get there, how much resources and energy and passion will take to get there, here's your secret tip. Multiply that by 10. Because it always takes more than you think it's going to take. It's going to take a lot more. So be prepared for that. Because that's what success will do. And just take action. Habit number 12. Successful people always say yes. You see, you've been conditioned since early age. No, 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 don't touch that. Don't take it. Don't taste that. Don't do that. By your parents, by your teachers, by your neighbors, etc. Because they wanted to protect you. They wanted to keep you safe. And that's why you become so conditioned that when you grow up, you just keep saying no, 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 no to everything, to all the opportunities, to all the challenges, to all the different things. And if you keep saying no, it's very difficult to live a full life. It's very difficult to reach big things because you're always declining everything. Successful people, they eagerly engage in life. They want to experience everything, see everything, try everything, do everything, whatever they can do so that they can live to their full potential. You know what I mean? That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. You can't be saying no to everything because that will stop your progress. You can't say no to trying that new product. You can't say no to trying that new script. You can't say no to trying that new strategy, that new system, that new way of doing. You know, because I've seen so many leaders in network marketing who learned things 10 years ago, that worked 10 years ago, and they keep holding on to that. They're afraid to shift it. They're rejecting everything new. No social media, no new strategies, no new scripts, no. I'll do what worked 10 years ago, right? And to an extent it still works, but it's not as effective as the thing that's worked now. Right? So be open. Say yes to things. Right? Habit number 13. Successful people habitually commit. They habitually commit. You see, unsuccessful people, they try to avoid commitment at all costs. They don't want to commit to anything. You know, will you come to the training? Maybe. Will you do this? Well, God willing. Yes. They're just flaky. They're just wishy-washy, jellyfishy people. And that's why they're not successful. Successful people, they commit. You say to them, hey, you're going to do this? Yes. And if they say I'll do it, they will freaking do it. Whatever it takes. Because they committed. Because their reputation is on the line. Their name is on the line. Whereas successful people unsuccessful people will never do that. They'll wait until the last day, last minute, to see if it's going to work out. Otherwise, I'm not telling anybody I'm going to do this, right? Because what if it doesn't work out, right? Because they're not prepared to commit. Unsuccessful people love the word try. Oh, I'll try to attend that conference. I'll try to buy some products. I'll try to speak to people. Do you know what try means? Try means I will fail, I just don't know when. That's what try means. You know, remember Yoda? He said, do or do not. There is no try. You know, my favorite example is, I always use it with a pen. So I take a pen and I say, take this pen. So somebody takes it and I say, try and drop this pen. So the person goes and bam, drops the pen. And I go, no. You dropped it. Don't drop it. Take it again. Now try and drop it. Now they're holding it. I go, no, now you're not dropping it. Try and drop it. How can you try and drop the pen? You can't. You either drop the pen or you don't drop it. You can't try to drop the pen. You know what I mean? So don't try to do your business. Don't try to speak to people. Don't try to come to the conference. You either do it or you don't, right? There is no try, so you have to commit. Number 14, successful people go all the way. Successful people go all the way. Unsuccessful people, amateurs, they play hokey pokey. A 1 foot in and a 1 foot out, 1 foot in and one. You know what I mean? They never go all the way. They never go all in. They always have the backup plan. They always have the other option, right? In case this doesn't work out. Well, it will never work out if you don't believe it's going to work out. Because if you have the plan B, if you have the other option, that means you don't believe in plan A. And if you create that doubt in your own mind, it's game over. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to get to that result because your mind is sabotaging you. Your mind is saying, but you said it might not work out. We still have the plan B. You know what I mean? In old days, when they used to conquer the island, they would arrive with the boats and they would burn the boats. Why? Because they would either conquer the island or they die trying. There is no return. There is no escape. There is no retreat. That is commitment. You know, I like the word decide. Decide has a similar ending like some other words, like homicide, suicide, genocide. So side means death of something. So when you truly decide, the past options, whatever happened before, all those things are dead. It's done. Now you made a decision to do it differently from now on. That's what decide means. But people just throw that word around. Oh, I've decided for New Year's resolution, and 3 weeks later they're already having another pack of cigarettes, or you know, they're back at McDonald's or whatever they do, right? With the New Year's resolutions, right? So you need to go. Successful people go all the way. Do you go all the way? Are you prepared to go all the way? Habit number 15. Successful people focus on now. Because thinking about the past, it's pointless. It happened, it's done, it's over. Nothing you can do about it. You can't change the past. You have to focus on now. What can you do today? What can you do now? Can you send another 3 messages before you go to sleep? Can you post something on your group before you go to sleep? Can you put another social media post on Instagram before you go to sleep? Now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, right? Successful people focusing on now. Yes, they're looking in the future. Yes, they have goals. Yes, they set big ambitions and big dreams. But their main focus is now. What am I doing now? What am I doing today? If there's an opportunity to call somebody, they call them now. Whereas unsuccessful people, oh boy. First of all, they always obsessing over the past. Oh, but I failed in the past. Oh, but it never worked out in the past. Oh, but my parents were so horrible. Oh, because my childhood was, you know what I mean? That's number 1. Number 2, they focus on the future to procrastinate. So, oh, I'm not going to do it today, but I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. Well, from next month, for sure, I'm going to start. But, well, as soon as the kids go back to school, then yeah, for sure. Well, when the kids break from school, then definitely, yes, then I can do, But after New Year's, for sure, we're going to get started. And they're preparing to prepare. They're getting ready to get ready all the time. Because they're never living in now. They're never living in present. They're either looking at the past or they're looking at the future. One or the other. But never focusing on the present. Successful people, number 16, they demonstrate courage. They demonstrate courage all the time. You see, unsuccessful people think that successful people are not afraid. That successful people don't get the butterflies in the belly when they go on stage. That successful people don't get the butterflies in the belly when they go to speak to strangers on a train or on an airplane or somewhere else. But that's simply not true. That's simply not true. Successful people are also scared. Successful people are also worried. But it looks like they are not scared. It looks like they're not worried because they're taking action in spite of that fear. They're taking action regardless of the fear they're feeling. Because that fear is just telling them that I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. That's why I'm afraid. Because I'm going forward. I'm moving forward. Right? Because our body, evolutionary wise, it wants to stay the same. It doesn't want change. It just wants to stay in a safe environment, in status quo, right? But that's not how you make progress. The only way you make progress is through change, and change is uncomfortable. Change is scary sometimes, but that's what successful people embrace. Now, actually, number 17, successful people embrace the change. They know that the most permanent thing in the world is change. The most permanent, the one thing that it will always be happening is change. It's always going to be changing. There's always going to be change. Things will be changing, the systems will be changing, the business will be changing, the products will be changing, everything. But for a successful person, the change means an opportunity to improve, means an opportunity to do things better, faster, easier, more efficient, right? What's coming next? How can I get better? Unsuccessful people, they get paralyzed by it. They see a new social media come up and, oh my gosh, there's the hologram now. I can't do that anymore, right? I still haven't figured out Instagram and now the hologram is here. Oh my God. You know what I mean? They hate change. They hate the new things because for them it's a nightmare. That means, oh my gosh, I have to do it again, right? Whereas successful people, they wait for it, they anticipate it, and as soon as they see it, they jump on it. They're first ones there posting, doing something wrong probably, but anyway, they're still doing it, right? Because they know that only through that they can progress, they can get better results, better results, better results, better results. That's the only way. Habit number 18. Successful people determine and take the right approach. They determine and take the right approach. They don't just do blind action, I'm busy. Unsuccessful people do that all the time. They say, well, look how much I worked today. Look how many hours I've put in it. No matter that they're just doing figure eights, that they're just banging their head against the wall, they're not getting any results. But look at all the time I'm putting into this, right? Look at all the effort. Whereas successful people, they look for what works and use it to get results, right? Spend the time and energy improving themselves. That's what successful people do. They constantly look for what works out there. What are successful people doing it? What are rich people doing it? And they try to learn those things and put them in practice because that's what works. That's what gives results. Also, number 19, successful people break traditional ideas. They don't just go, oh, it's always been like that. Just because something always been like that, it doesn't mean it has to carry on like that. We always had hotels, and now we have Airbnb. And Airbnb is destroying hotels. We always had taxis for many, many years. Now we have Uber and Lyft, and they are annihilating the taxi industry. You know what I mean? We always had shops, And now we have Amazon and eBay who are destroying the high street. Like nobody's going to the shops anymore. Like people go, oh no, people will want to experience, they'll want to go in a shop. No, people want to sit in their underwear ordering things from home. That's what they want to do. And companies that got it made millions, made billions actually, So they don't think about tradition. They don't just go, well, let's make a bigger department store. No, let's make one online. Let's completely avoid the store. You know what I mean? So you always need to think of innovation all the time in your business. Not what everybody else is doing, but how can I be unique? How can I stand out? How can I surprise my customer? How can I surprise my potential business partner? So that they go, wow, you're different. Wow. You stand out. I want to associate with you. I want to spend time with you because whatever you do, it's there. I like it. You know what I mean? That's how successful people are. They stand out. They create new ways of doing things. Number 20, successful people are goal-oriented. They're goal-oriented. They're always looking and planning how to achieve big things in their life. Do you know that most people spend more time planning their grocery shopping than they spend on planning their future, than they spend on designing their dream life? They spend more time planning their grocery shopping. Ooh, shall I get skimmed or unskimmed this week? Shall we get some toilet paper? Yeah, you know what I mean? Most people spend more time on their grocery shopping planning than they spend on planning their future, than they spend on designing their vision, than they spend on building their dream board. You know what I mean? And then they're surprised why successful people are successful. Because successful people spend more time on that. Because successful people want to they want to live a life by design. Not by default, not by accident, but live a life by design, where you can design your own life and watch it unfold. That's powerful. That's amazing. Number 21, successful people are on a mission. They're not just on a task. They're not just running errors. They are on a mission. Their life is one big mission. From the moment they wake up to the moment they go to bed, they are on a mission. They are trying to accomplish something big, meaningful, impactful. They say that the top two things in our life is growth and contribution. So is that your mission? To grow always, to constantly grow yourself and to contribute, to change other people's lives, to impact other people in one way or another, right? Changing things significantly, thinking bigger, not just immediately, not just like I'd love to buy a new car. That's great. But what's the end goal? What's the end game here? What are we doing here? Are we here just to pay bills? Are we here just to make some extra money? Or is there a bigger purpose to all of this? Is there a bigger vision to all of this? You know what I mean? Number 22, successful people have a high level of motivation. Successful people have extremely high levels of motivation. And that motivation is internal. It's internal. It's not external. Yes, you can use things to motivate you externally, watching videos, reading books, listening to audio programs and all of that. But the motivation has to come from inside. And it doesn't have to be there. Like the power plant doesn't have energy inside it. It generates energy. So you don't have to have motivation inside you. You generate it. You find a way to, you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference between having always motivation, because that's again a misconception. Unsuccessful people think that successful people always have motivation inside them. They wake up and they go, whoa, let's get ready to rumble, right? No, they don't. They generate it. They find ways how to motivate themselves. They find ways how to rev themselves up. They find ways how to psych themselves up so they can be motivated every day, so they can be passionate every day. You know what I mean? There's a difference, right? Being high level motivated, right? So you have to find a way how to get focused on your mission, how to be clear about what you want to achieve in life, how to have a purpose, because those things will motivate you. The purpose of your life, right? Creating new reasons to show up. What is your reason to succeed right now? Why? If I sat down with you one-to-one, eye-to-eye, and I asked you, why do you need to become successful? Why do you need to make huge money? Why do you need to build a huge business? Can you give me a lot of reasons? Or is it like, well, it would be nice to? That's not a strong enough reason. You have to have that reason that's burning inside you, that makes you jump out of bed in the morning. You know, a vision of who you want to become, that becomes your ruthless dictator. That no matter what's happening, it's driving you. It's pushing you every single day to move forward, to move forward, to move forward, right? Habit number 23. Successful people are interested in results. They're interested in results, not just activity. Activity is good. Activity can lead to results, but you have to be interested in results. You have to be interested in making it happen. Because again, unsuccessful people, they're okay just spinning the wheels, just doing figure eights, right? Not getting anywhere, not making any progress, but just, oh, I'm busy. I got up and got dressed. That's just like working. I got in a car and drove somewhere. That's just like working. I sat behind some desk. That's just like working. You know what I mean? But it isn't. If it's not producing results, it isn't, right? So, you know, like, I like how sometimes delivery companies will put a note through your door saying, we have attempted delivery. What does it mean, attempted delivery? Have you walked halfway through my front drive and decided that you can't take it? You can't make it all the way? Imagine if you're just focusing on activity, if you're just saying, yeah, well, as long as you're doing the activity is okay, it's same like you taking the trash from the kitchen, walking across your living room, and then just dropping it at the front door, not taking it to the bins outside. That wouldn't be great, would it? But that's like, you did the activity, you tried, you put in the effort, but the rubbish is in your living room. It should be outside in the bin. That's result. When the rubbish is outside in the bin, that's result. When the rubbish is still in your living room, that's effort. So successful people are interested in results, not just in activity. They analyze, have we got the results today? Have we got results last week? And if we haven't got results, we need to do something about it. We need to change something. You know, we can't just continue not getting results. We have to figure out ways how to get results. And in the business, what are results? You know, making money, getting customers, recruiting people, building your business, right? That's results. If that is not happening, that's a red flag. That's a smoke. And you should be fighting that. You should be jumping on that as soon as you can. Number 24, successful people have big goals and big dreams. They don't, like I said earlier on, they're not realistic. They're not reasonable. You know, the rest, hey, successful people make huge goals and they go for it and they get it, and the rest of the world gets the leftovers. Now let me ask you a question. Would you like to get what you want, or would you like to get the leftovers after those who want what they want got it? Put it in the comments. If you just want the leftovers, just write leftovers in the comments. But if you want what you want, then write, I want what I want. Let's see who wants the leftovers and who wants to get what they actually want. Because successful people have big dreams, big goals, and they go for it. They don't settle for less. They don't settle for anything less, because they say the moment you settle for less than you deserve less than what you settle for. Listen closely. The moment you settle for something less than what you deserve, you deserve less than what you settled for. Very powerful and very true. Habit number 25. Successful people create their own reality. They just don't take it. They just don't take it. Oh, everybody tells me that I just have to be a housewife. Oh, everybody tells me that I'm just not smart enough. Oh, everybody tells me that, because I'm black, that's how I should be. No, they go and create their own reality. Martin Luther King, he created his own reality. You know what I mean? There are many, many people like that who went and created their own reality. They did not accept the reality of that time. They did not accept the reality of their position. They did not accept the reality of whatever, and they went and created their own reality. That's what successful people do. If it doesn't exist, they go create it. If it's not available, they make it available. If they haven't got the right contacts, they go and find the contacts. If they haven't got the right solutions and tools, they go and find the right solutions and tools. They create their own reality. Are you creating your own reality? Are you creating what you want? Are you creating the new path? Are you walking the same path that everybody else is walking? Or are you making a new path of your own? It's tougher, it's more challenging, but boy, it's worth it. It's very worth it. Habit number 26. Successful people commit first, figure out later. Commit first, figure out later. I love Richard Branson's quote where he goes, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity and if you don't know if you'll be able to do it, say yes and figure it out later. That's the spirit. Richard Branson, he started I don't know how many companies. And most of those companies he started, he had no knowledge or understanding of those industries. He just saw an opportunity. He just saw a niche and said, let's start the gym chain. Let's start the airline. Let's start the mobile broadband. Let's start this, right? And he conquers wherever he goes, right? Because he doesn't have to know everything. He just have to be willing to figure it out. He just have to be willing to find the people who understand those things. He just have to be willing to go and figure it out. You know what I mean? Number 27, and this one is a big one. Successful people are highly ethical. They're highly ethical. They're very, very, very ethical, right? They care about doing business ethically, doing things ethically. It doesn't matter that nobody else knows it. I love the quote that says, wrong is wrong even if everybody's doing it, and right is right even if nobody's doing it. Even if nobody knows that you did something wrong, you know, and that creates a problem. That creates that bad feeling inside. That creates that nagging thing from the inside, right? So you want to make sure that whatever you do ethically. And there's two things. You can be unethically successful, where you reach your results through, harming other people or doing some dodgy things, etc. But also, you can be unethically unsuccessful. You can be unethically unsuccessful. Right now, if you're broke, it's unethical for you to be broke. Because if you're a husband or a wife, you made a commitment to your family to support them, to give them the best life possible. If you're a daughter or father or mother or sister, you made a commitment to support people around you. If you're a leader, you made a commitment to show example to your team. So it is unethical for you not to succeed. It is unethical for you to be broke. It is unethical for you not to get results because you are letting all of these people down that you have made a commitment to support. You know what I mean? It's not just about getting great results unethically, but it's also unethical for you to just keep trotting along. It's unethical for you not to be making money. It's unethical for you not to be succeeding. That's a bit of a different twist, isn't it? So you have to become successful. It is your duty to become successful. Number 28, habit number 28. Successful people are interested in the group. They're interested in the common well-being. They don't want to just become successful by themselves at a cost of other people. They just don't want to just get results by themselves, but harming everybody else. That's not their goal. They are interested in making everybody happy. They're interested in helping everybody succeed. They're interested in becoming successful, but making the world a better place at the same time. You know what I mean? They want to consider everybody's well-being, not just their own well-being. Exactly. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? They care about other people. Because if you think about it, it is self-serving you to care for other people. It is self-serving to care for other people. Because if you care for the environment, it's going to serve you well to be living in a nice environment. If you care for your team, it's going to be self-serving because there will be less stress and more pleasure for you to work with the team that you cared for. You know what I mean? So it is actually in your best interest to take care of everybody, to do things ethically and friendly to everybody, because then it serves you on the long run. In a short run, it might look like just grab, and and as long as you made enough, it'll be okay. You know what I mean? But in the long term, it's gonna backfire. It's better to do it with everybody in mind, by helping everybody, right? Exactly. You can have anything you want if you help enough other people to get what they want. That's Zig Ziglar. Number 29. Successful people engage in continuous learning. Continuous learning. Like Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's Corporation, said, if you're green, you grow. If you're ripe, you rot. So if you think you know everything, it's game over for you already. Because that means you start to rot. You start to fade away. So never get there. Never be completed. Never be arrived. Always strive to be better. Always strive to learn more. Always strive to move forward. Successful people, they always try to be uncomfortable. That's number 30. Life begins outside of your comfort zone, right? So if you want to achieve big things, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable with constantly being uncomfortable. You get comfortable with constantly being uncomfortable, because you only grow when you're out of your comfort zone. Then you stretch. Then you become braver. Then you become more confident. Then you become smarter. Then you become everything that you meant to become once you get out of that comfort zone. You get what I'm saying? So it is again in your best interest to get out of that comfort zone. Number 31. Successful people reach up in relationships. Reach up in relationships. They don't associate with people who are same as them or worse than them. They always try to spend time around people who are smarter than them, braver than them, better than them, richer than them, more successful than them, because that helps you grow. That helps you to strive. That helps you to be motivated to become better. Because if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I know it's nice for your ego to be the smartest person in the room, but that doesn't help you. That doesn't serve you. That doesn't grow you. The only time when you grow, when you start spending time with people who are better than you, smarter than you, he said, then you can learn something from them, right? I make a habit of spending time around people who are smarter than me, who make more money than me, who become more successful than me, because then I can learn from them. I can pick something from them. I can grow myself. Because if I spend money with people who are more messed up than I am, then hey, that's just going to make it worse. Last one. Number 32. Successful people have a habit of being disciplined. Successful people have a habit of being disciplined, right? What is discipline? It's an orderly, prescribed conduct that will take you to where you want to be. Discipline is an orderly, prescribed conduct that will take you where you want to be. Let me translate it into English. It's taking action every day towards your dream, towards your goal, towards what you want to achieve. That's discipline. Discipline is doing things you have to do even when the initial excitement to do them has gone. Everybody does things when they're new. When you start something you know it's exciting. Oh yes, it's going to be amazing. And you're taking action. But are you taking action 6 months later? Are you taking action 1 month later? Or you already thrown in the towel? You already gave up on, oh, those dreams. I already gave up on those dreams. Now I have new dreams. Now I have new plan, right? And you do that for two days or 3 days until you get bored of that. And oh, yeah, forget about that one. I'm not doing that one anymore. Now I'm doing this one. Oh, that's now exciting. Everybody can do that. But that doesn't lead anywhere. That doesn't make you successful. What makes you successful is sticking to one thing until it works. Sticking to one thing until you get results. I remember when me and my wife started building our business, we made a vision board. We made a vision board and we hung it up in our bedroom. And you know one thing we wrote on that vision board? We put a little note on it. And it said, only losers give up. That was our daily reminder that we don't give up. We don't abort. Failure is not an option. We go until we get the result. We do it until we're gonna get there. You don't get to quit. You don't get to give up on your dreams. You don't get to give up on your mission, on your vision. Because you're not only letting you down, which should be worse enough, but you're letting down everybody else by giving up on your dream. You're letting down your family, you're letting down your community, you're letting down your team, you're letting down your company, you're letting down your business, you're letting down your industry, you're setting bad example to your children. Because if you keep giving up on things, how can you expect your children not to give up on things? They'll go, well, you do that, mommy, all the time. You freaking give up every couple of months. Why shouldn't I give up in school? You know what I mean? How bad that is. It's horrible, isn't it? But that's what we do without even thinking about those things, right? So you have to stay the course of action. You have to be disciplined and keep doing what needs to be done until you get those results. Do whatever it takes. Okay? So these are the 32 habits, traits, disciplines of successful people. Which ones are you great at? And which ones are you not so good at? If you're brave enough, put it in the comments. Which ones you need to work on? Which of these 32 you need to work on? I know I need to work on a couple of them. Actually, a lot of them, right? I'm not 10 out of 10 in all of them, for sure. But that's what makes it great. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes the journey enjoyable when you know you've got room for improvement. You've got room to progress. You've got room to develop. So that's it for today, guys. I know it's been a longer live than I usually do, but I appreciate you staying on, commenting, engaging, liking, loving, hearting, sharing. I really appreciate it. If you got value from this, feel free to share it. You don't have to share it publicly on your timeline. Maybe send it to somebody as a private message, or maybe tag somebody in the comments that needs to see this. You know what I mean? But yeah, my wish for you is that you would work on those 32 and work to improve. Because if you master these 32, you'll become unstoppable. You'll become undefeatable. You'll become a rhino that just charges through everything. Nothing will be able to stop you if you master these 32, right? And that's my wish for you. So guys, thank you very much for joining in. I really appreciate your support. I love you. I respect you. I'm so blessed to have each and every one of you in my life. And you guys have a great evening. And as always, I'll see you at the top. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.